Yes, is the president available? President Trump, is he available? This is an urgent matter. Yes. I'll hold. Yes, fine. Oh, God. What? Yeah, this is Director Ray. Yes, the Bureau Director. Yes. I'm waiting to speak to President Trump. I've been on hold for about 35 minutes now. This is unbelievable. Yes. Okay, he'll speak to me. Fantastic. Yes, fantastic. Okay. Okay, thank you. Mr. President, how are you? Good. Good. Well, I have an early Christmas gift for you, Mr. President. Yes. I mean, it's December of 2019, and you'll never know what we found. Actually, what was given to us. You heard already? Who did you hear from? Oh, that's not important. We have a laptop belonging to the former vice president's son that we obtained recently. Do you want us to inform your intelligence agencies and the chiefs? And do you want us to go public with it? Again, it's December of 2019. It's an early Christmas present. And this pretty much ends impeachment. No, you want to keep it. You want to keep it under wraps for how long? Until you get a new director of national intelligence. Okay. Well, it's your decision. We're letting you know we have it. I just want to let you know, Mr. President, they're going to impeach you if you don't disclose this evidence. Well, what kind of emails do we? Well, let's see. The vice president's son did his best to become Anthony Weiner. Let's just put it that way. There are a whole lot of photos there. I guess that wouldn't interest you. But there are emails and text messages with business people throughout the world where the vice president is using his son to broker deals and to broker relationships, and his son is actually sending him a cut of the money. And essentially they're selling access to the vice presidency and to the highest echelons of power within the United States government. Just the typical Democratic Party apparatus, usual behavior. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep it. So you don't mind getting impeached? Okay, that's fine. We'll keep it until you say we should disclose it or talk about it. How's that? Sounds good? Okay. You let us know when you want us to make an issue, and let's just to let you know, hey, fair is fair. So we can go ahead and write a letter. It can be the Ray letter a week before the election. So that'll help you out. And you've heard some bad things about me, but I want to keep my job. So yeah, no, we'll write a letter before the election, or you know that Madam Secretary is going to swoop in anyway. I mean, right, right. Okay, Mr. President. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Okay, I will hold on to the laptop. And by the way, the Weiner laptop that we have, there's this new fungus growing on it. I have no clue what's taking. It's almost like a chia pet now. It's really bizarre and frankly gross. We've used about 30 hazmat suits to try to still find out what's in that thing, and I will let you know. We'll let you know what goes on with that one. All right. Yeah, I know. The Democrats can't type an email. They lose their laptops. They take pictures of their lower regions. It's very funny. Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. We'll wait, and you let us know when you want us to disclose all the information on this laptop. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. President. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, 4 minutes in. To my moderators, Eric H526 and Luke St. Martin, thank you so very, very much. I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding, so to my super chat, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening was possibly what could have taken place. I find it very difficult to believe. Well, first of all, John Ratcliffe has confirmed, without a shadow of a doubt, that there isn't a disinformation campaign from Russia. So, without a shadow of a doubt, there is no disinformation campaign. That's another way of Democrats saying they're caught in the act. They're caught with their pants down. Oh my goodness, I know the feeling. I was caught with my pants down. I was also caught with my pants down. They're caught with their pants down as usual. They're caught with their hand in the cookie jar. They're caught in the act, red-handed. And, of course, it's Russia. At Tulsi Gabbard, Russia. Bernie Sanders, Russia. Jill Stein, Russia. Anthony Weiner's laptop, Moscow. DNC emails, Putin. Everything that implicates them and their absolute corruption, which is infinitely more. So John Ratcliffe has already confirmed the authenticity of the emails. They worship the intelligence community, except when the intelligence community tells them what they don't like. Then they don't worship the intelligence community. They're the biggest hypocrites of all time. But one thing I can't stand, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stand when people say, both sides are so bad. Both parties are. By the way, the New Yorker suspended Jeffrey Toobin for a picture of his Anthony Weiner. Okay, CNN contributor. What is with, just real quickly, what is this phenomenon of Democratic Party liberal men taking photos of their wiener, their Anthony Weiner? Why? See, I come from the 90s. See, every day I wake up, I think that it's like 1998, 1999. We didn't have this. We didn't have this. We didn't do this. We didn't need to do this. I remember before, like, really cell phones had any functionality, going to nightclubs or bars and, like, having a stack of, not to, say, oh, I was, but, like, just a stack of numbers from wonderful, nice people, ladies that I've met, whatever, in the evening, just on a napkin, like writing down the phone number. Here you go. Call me. Like that was like 97, 98. Okay? And if you got that little, like, napkin with the number, and they put like little hearts on it or whatever, but not, like, it was like, oh wow, this is great. Now they're taking pictures of their Anthony Weiner and sending it maybe as like an invitation. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. We didn't have this in the 90s. I don't understand this. I didn't even know that women liked this. But it's like, why would you do that? Why, if you're Anthony Weiner, if you're Toobin, if you're good old Hunter, if you're a liberal male, and it's like everybody's offended at like the slightest thing, there's safe spaces, apparently not for your Anthony Weiner. Like, Democrats, the left is so dysfunctional. There are safe spaces, but also they email their Anthony Weiner. Well, they want to defund police and do away with the Electoral College. So, but I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't understand this. This is not like my generation. I don't get it. But anyway, to my super chat. Thank you so very much. Like I said, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding like some people. I don't have a venture cap. I don't have PACs with money funneling hundreds of thousands going from one PAC to another like some people. And I certainly don't take pictures of my Anthony Weiner. Again, if anyone can explain this to me, I just don't understand it. But that is actually what Rudy Giuliani said was also on that laptop also. So they're done. John Ratcliffe has stated categorically there's no Russian disinformation campaign. Okay. There's no Russian disinformation campaign. It is what it is. They're not denying Hunter Bryman. Thank you. They're not denying that the emails are accurate. They're not denying that he received those emails, that he wrote those emails, that the information within the correspondence is accurate. They're not denying that. They're not denying that. And they're expecting the world not to not to inquire or not to wonder or not to speculate why the son of a vice president was brokering deals and giving money and giving a commission to his father. And Giuliani talked about, I watched the Steven Crowder, one of the latest Steven Crowder interview with Giuliani, and he talked about how there's going to be texts or emails or correspondence pertaining to the dollar amount, negotiations, pertaining to meetings, deals with all different business people from all different countries. These are emails that Madam Secretary had the good sense to delete. The 30,000 emails were all of these types of emails. See, the Clintons are pretty sloppy, but they're smart enough to at least delete emails and say it was about yoga. Okay? And then the media will be like, well, it was about yoga. The media is never suspicious when it comes to Democrats because they're in the tank. We've seen this. We know what's going on now without a shadow of a doubt. But the Biden campaign is done, which is why I'm telling you they're going to have to. They're going to have to. They're going to eventually have to pull the switcheroony. Hi-Fi Trucker, Bill Clinton. AJ, you'll never see little Bill Jr. on the hard drive. Hi-Fi Trucker. I was wondering if the ladies like it. Pictures of my anatomy. I don't know. I come from the 50s and 60s and 70s. You know what I mean? I don't know. We didn't do that stuff. We didn't take a Polaroid of the nether regions. Hi-Fi Trucker. Yes. Dak Attack 88. HA Truth and waking up people. Thank you so very much. Dak Attack 88. Thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker. Hi-Fi Trucker. Thank you. Justin Mooney. In the September 14th Gallup poll asking what people consider themselves, Dem is down 27%, Republicans up 28%. Wow. In India at 42%. People are walking away. Yeah. Well, I'll keep my opinions regarding the last recording the gentleman in the last sentence to myself, hidden away until I have to utilize these opinions. But Justin, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Justin Mooney, great point. Excellent point. As always, Justin, excellent point. People don't want to be, you always bring up, excellent points. People don't want, Hi-Fi Trucker, Justin, people don't want to be associated with, a political party that doesn't even accept the truth. They spend more time, like they really tried to get people to believe that President Trump called fallen Americans losers. They repeated that lie during debates. Kamala Harris repeated it. Biden repeated it. And Biden tried to make it into like this, well, you're not JFK, that Lloyd Benson, moment with Dan Quayle. And Trump just wouldn't let him. So, Justin, Hi-Fi Trucker, people don't want to be associated with a political party that has to make things up. Okay, they're going to lose this election. They were going to lose even before this Hunter Biden laptop. Oh my God, really? I have to pick up the laptop when? I'll just go later. He left, Justin and Hi-Fi Trucker. You can't make it up. You can't make this up. Who does this? If you have a laptop, forget about the pay to play. If you have a laptop with pictures of your Anthony Weiner, you think you would want it back. If you have a laptop with incriminating evidence of brokering deals, being the middleman for deals, kickbacks to the vice president, foreign intelligence operatives, business billionaires, millionaires, wanting access to the highest echelon of the United States government, and it's all in a laptop, and you probably have 40 laptops, and you don't care, and maybe you also have substance abuse issues, so you're already absent-minded. But do you not think if you lost that laptop, there would not be 4 copies? Like when Giuliani says, well, there's only 4 copies or whatever, there are 4,000 copies. There are 40,000 copies. If Rudy Giuliani and a laptop repair person has copies of the laptop, do you not think, Democrats, that every intelligence service on the planet has thousands of copies? And every email sent has been there's not only a copy, like the millionaire or the energy CEO or energy company official that, or whatever, the person that Hunter is either emailing or receiving an email from, they have copies. They have the goods. So, I mean, Democrats, whether it's the DNC, the campaign, the foundation, the DCCC, CCCCC, whatever, the congressional Democrats, Hunter Biden's laptop, Anthony Weiner's laptop, Uma Abedin backing up classified intel, and it's all, they are so shady, they are so deceptive and deceitful, and they're always constantly hiding communication that they're so sloppy at it because they know that media is that safety net. They're like circus performers that aren't that very good, that aren't very good, and they're always falling from the tightrope. But they have a beautiful blanket, giant blanket, not even a net, like this soft cushion called the media. They're always, always, always messing up right before elections. And then they blame, and they're not going to be able to blame Russia this time. Nobody buys it. Nobody is buying it. Justin, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you. As always. Oh my goodness, you'll never see Little Bill Jr. on any laptop, I can assure you. The Biden campaign no longer exists. It no longer exists. Now it's a matter of whether it's a close election or decisive. And I'm going for decisive. Now, I'm expecting, and my prediction is that Clinton replaces Biden. If they're so inept that they go with Biden, done. It's done. Now it's either a decisive victory or a victory that has to be, I think it's going to be decisive, but I don't even think there's a possibility they cheat. But there's a chance that it could be close. I don't even think it's going to be close. If it's Biden, I don't think it gets close. I just don't think it gets close at all. You're losing the one thing that Biden stood for independent voters, is perhaps less corruption. They've fabricated all this corruption with Trump. Like, he's like the least corrupt president we've ever had. And that's a fact. You have media that makes things up. If there was a dossier regarding President Obama or Bush, okay, there would never have been, because media would never have accepted it back then. Media created, fabricated, absurd nonsense and fantasies and hoaxes with Trump, and then they said he's corrupt. And then, like, their whole thing is, like, his taxes, he's not accused of breaking the law. They are making a corruption scandal out of a person who is following the law. So there was a very respected journalist the other day. Bearded Mike. We need to abolish the Commission on Presidential Debates and return the control of the debates to the League of Women Voters. That's right. Commission on Presidential Debates is way too biased. Absolutely, that's right. The League of Women Voters used to run that. Exactly. Bearded Mike G, thank you. Exactly. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Now you have Steve Scully, C-SPAN. He said his Twitter was hacked, just like the MSNBC journalist said her Twitter was hacked. These people are horrible at computers, at cyberspace, at cybersecurity, and they run and Silicon Valley is completely in the pocket of the Democratic Party. Completely and utterly. And they still, this is the most inept, incompetent political party of all time. They have every single possible advantage, from the internet to traditional media to fundraising to Hollywood to cable. Trump doesn't even have Fox. He doesn't even have Fox. Like, he has 3-4 shows on Fox, and then, 2 or 3 others are like, try to be like, we're going to hold him accountable. And Bearded Mike G, exactly. And also, one thing that they didn't realize, you can't continually every single day for the past 4 years, they've said this is the end of Trump's campaign. At a certain point, people tune out. And now, Democrats would have had a chance to win the election. Here's how they could have won. Because they've already lost. And it's going to be the biggest party on this channel on November 3rd. So just get ready for November 3rd. November 20th will be a party. The whole month of November will be a euphoric, amazing, beautiful, awesome party. Like all the parties we couldn't attend because of the pandemic, you just party on this channel. But Democrats could have possibly won. And here's how they could have won. They could have treated the presidency with some respect. Some respect. They could have treated the presidency with just some respect. They could have not pretended that every single thing Trump does is the end of the world. If every single thing Trump does is the end of the world, and then it's proven to be nonsense, people tune out. And then a week or 2 weeks before the election, when a laptop from a person with major substance abuse issues who is already brokering deals for the vice president is found in a computer repair store, you can't make it up. You can't make this level of incompetence up. Exactly. Joshua, the Dodgers are going to win, and this is right after the Lakers won. I mean, this is during the pandemic, so it's not like anyone could really... I mean, it's unfortunate that, like, this sports year, like, LA should be a continual party now, but it's, you know, even like LA is not really that like it's a good sports town, but not like Chicago, let's say, or New York. But it is a good sports town. It is a good sports town, but we'd still be like partying, or, you know, like it would be a lot more enjoyable if it wasn't the pandemic, obviously. But still, I mean, it's a major, like the Lakers and the Dodgers. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. The Yahtzee! Hello, the Yahtzee, hello! So, exactly, pickle jars, exactly. But I mean, they can't go with Biden anymore. They need to make a switch. And I don't see Madam Secretary even bringing up, like, if you look at Clinton's Twitter, let's see what, this story has been around for 4 days now. And every day it gets exponentially worse. You look, ladies and gentlemen, at her profile, and it's like there's nothing pertaining to Hunter or anything to do with the laptop or anything to do with defending Biden. It's like she's running a parallel campaign. And this is my thought, and this is like what I've always thought for the past 4 years, and what I think now, and it hasn't changed. Madam Secretary lost by 70,000 votes, and she's going to give the keys to the future of the Democratic Party to Tales from the Crypt, who will lose to Trump, and then the Durham probe will continue, and then President Trump will replace Christopher Wray. He will have all the intelligence agencies firmly in control. Like, President Trump will have control of all the intel agencies. He already does with Ratcliffe, but once Wray leaves, so I don't understand. The Durham probe is still ongoing, ladies and gentlemen. They're waiting for media, for some kind of media support, which they'll get after President Trump wins. But Trump goes 8 years. This is horrendous for Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan, all of them. The Barr unmasking probe first of all, the headline from the New York Times is a typical presumptuous headline. We found nothing. Well, they weren't given all the information, number one. Number two, unmasking is one part of the Durham probe. Justice Department unmasking for review finds no irregularities. The Justice Department irregularities is given to Durham. The Justice Department is full of Democrats. Durham is an independent. He's basically a special counsel without the name. So the Durham probe, when people say, I guess Bill Barr is horrible. William Barr is a trillion times better than Jeff Sessions, without whom we wouldn't have. Jeff Sessions is actually the worst. The worst person is not Clinton, who purchased the dossier and all that. The worst person is Sessions. Sessions he just folded like within a second. Like, oh my God, they're gonna investigate me. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, you know what? Do what you want. It's like. He didn't commit perjury, but he was afraid they would get him on perjury. But the Durham probe continues. The Durham probe exists. The Yahtzee! Since Madam Secretary will soon be occupied with other issues, which of her doubles will run? The Yahtzee, I think it's going to be her in all her glory. The original Golden Muumuu. The Yahtzee. The Yahtzee, thank you. The Yahtzee, thank you so very, very much. They have politicized the pandemic. They've politicized intelligence. Democrats have done everything wrong. They've been the most misguided. They're the most corrupt. There's no comparison. President Trump is the opposite of what they claim he is. He's the only person actually protecting the country. He's the only person protecting democracy. These people want to do away with the Electoral College. They want to do away with the Senate. They want to abolish the Senate. Do you understand? They want to abolish the Senate. Orange Grove, 55. Surprises. I don't think California's going to go blue. Orange Grove, 55. I think California will definitely go blue. But I do think the Michigan and Minnesota President Trump will win. The Yahtzee, Orange Grove 55. The Yahtzee, thank you so very, very much. Bearded Mike G, thank you. Justin Mooney, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker, Dak Attack 88, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you as always. The threat to democracy is not Trump. It's the Democratic Party. The people who can't even type an email, but then talk about how, oh, well, you know, this intelligence agency, we're finding out that there's an intelligence plot. Well, you can't type an email and you lose your laptops. And you put classified info on laptops right before an election. The FBI finds out. And by the way, the Bureau is going to go find out. They're going to help Trump inadvertently. They have to. Because they'd be implicated in a cover-up. So Comey didn't want to help Trump. He said, well, notice how, and this is the tell also, notice how Clinton and Democrats have never really gone after Comey. They blame him here and there, but it's kind of like in passing. They never go after Comey with the wrath that they would anyone else who tanked their campaign. The reason is because the Bureau, under Comey and McCabe and Strzok, engaged in a cover-up. The corruption and the sloppiness and the incompetence was so monumental and profound that a week before the election, they found even more classified data. Oh, by the way, on a laptop. Oh, by the way, on Anthony Weiner's laptop, Uma Abedin's husband, who, oh, by the way, had to serve a prison sentence. for sending his Anthony Weiner to underage people. So, or to, I forgot, I don't know if that was exactly it, to people. So, he didn't know the age. Who knows what exactly it was? You can go back and look, but they're always caught up in their bizarre, absurd scandals. Then they're the ones who talk about immorality. These are the most immoral people, and they're not prepared psychologically to lose. So I'm letting you know, I'm looking at the landscape, the political landscape, and I'm saying, okay, the Yahtzee! But seriously, some say they will steal it. What do you say, AJ? I think that they can't steal it. I think that what they can do is try their best to prolong the election to where, President Trump's going to be up by 30,000 votes in Minnesota or 20,000 votes in Michigan. What they're going to try to do is say, well, we have these mail-in ballots, and then the fun begins. But it won't be mathematically possible for them to win enough states, in my view. If they end up if they go with Biden, and because I'm predicting and expecting, I'm predicting 8 years, so that's a pretty good prediction, pretty good call right there. So we can party forever regarding the fact that I've been saying Trump's going 8 years forever. And I was saying this even when I was on the left. But if they go with Biden, and if they just go with Biden, because I'm expecting Clinton to take over, but if they go with Biden, they're done. I don't even think they get close enough to cheat. That's the thing. They need to get close enough. The Yahtzee, thank you so very much. They need to get close enough to cheat. You can't just cheat if you're too far down. That makes no sense. You can't cheat if you're too far down. So, you cannot cheat if you're too far down. If you're down by 100,000 votes or 50,000 votes, it's very difficult to cheat. It is. It's going to be very, very difficult to cheat. Oh, by the way, there's now a second laptop. Oh, yeah. The Daily Mail. Second laptop. The man has 40 laptops. If you're a normal person, you're not wealthy. Okay, 1, 2 laptops maybe. Me, 1, 2 laptops. You don't have 40 laptops because they're expensive. You get a good laptop is like around $1,000, more or less, whatever. Nobody has that money to just buy 2, but he has 40 laptops. And now there's a second one. I mean, are you serious? I don't know why, and I think it's very bizarre, but I actually don't enjoy learning about, I enjoy learning about the corruption, but I'm like, ooh, I wince. Like, oh, really? Prawn D HA on before midnight must be getting close to an election. HA on before midnight. Exactly. Prawn D. You know what? Prawn D, I'm doing a 1 p.m. every day, which gets 1:30 sometimes. 1 p.m. every day, Prawn D, and a 9 p.m. and then an upload after the 9 p.m. Prawn D, thank you so very much. Thank you. Mitchell Smith. Hello, HA. Looking back over the last 28 years prior to Trump, we've had the most corrupt administrations, beginning with Herbert Walker, ending with Biden. Exactly. Thank you, HA, for your excellent communication. Mitchell Smith, thank you. I think that President Obama and mainly the Bush administration was the most corrupt. You also had President Obama. There was corruption there, a lot of corruption. I think that Baby Bush, W. Bush was the most corrupt, and then And yet Bill Clinton, we don't have to get into, oh, Mitchell Smith, are you talking about the Oval Office fiasco? I mean, that was not my fault. Mitchell Smith, thank you so very, very much. Prawn D, thank you. Rich Westlake! Corn... Rich Westlake, Cornflakes has the third laptop. And no, Golden Moon isn't running. Rich Westlake! If there's a third laptop, I mean, they're going to beg. I'm waiting for the fourth. It's like the sixth Beetle or fifth Beetle. Rich Westlake. Rich Westlake. Thank you so very much, Rich, as always, for your support. Mitchell, thank you. Always for your support. Wow. Rich Westlake. Wow. Rich Westlake. There's now a second laptop that the Mail is talking about. A second laptop. Are you serious? How many laptops can you lose? I mean, honestly, how many laptops can you lose track of? It's a pretty big, like, how do you lose it? Like, how do you lose it? And if you lose it, why don't you, like, try everything to get, oh, whatever. I'm talking to Democrats here. Why do I even... So, oh, okay. This laptop belongs to the vice president's son's business contacts. So that's even worse. That's even worse. Because then you could find out what they were thinking when they were making deals to try to meet the vice president. It's game over. It's game over. Now you know what the people who tried to meet the former vice president, now you know why they needed access to the VP. Why did they want to meet President Obama's vice president? Why? Why? I mean, you do so because of access. You do so because of access. When you sell something face to face, you know, the odds are increased exponentially that you can actually make the sale. Bearded Mike G. I don't think we'll take back the House, although I hope so. But I don't think we will. The Senate looks a lot better, especially with everything going on with the laptops. I don't think the chances are good. Bearded Mike G. I don't think the chances are good at all. Unfortunately. Bearded Mike G, thank you. Why do they have so many problems with cybersecurity? Why do they have so many problems with cybersecurity? That's what I want to know. This is hilarious. This is really hilarious. So, you can kind of like... You can kind of I don't see. I'm looking right now. Let's look at what Tom Perez is saying, the DNC. Okay, so it's interesting to kind of see like how delusional are they in terms of just trying to pretend things aren't happening. So there's no acknowledgement from Tom Perez about there's no acknowledgement that this is even a Russian plot. Do you understand? Bearded Mike G, the Yahtzee, Rich, VL, thank you. Do you understand that something is very, very bizarre here? Do you understand that something is very, very bizarre here? The Space Force Channel. HA probably had his computer repaired every other week for viruses, and not for watching Cobra Kai for free. The Space Force Channel, hello, thank you so very much. The Space Force Channel, thank you. Rich, the Space Force Channel, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's really like, if you were to tell somebody, if you were to tell like JFK, God bless him, JFK, if you were to tell him like you were to go back in time, like 1960, okay? Space Force Channel, Rich Westlake, Bearded Mike, Mitchell Prawn D, the Yahtzee. You're going to go back in time and you're going to speak to JFK. It's like 1961. Okay? Or 1962. It's November of 1962. Right after the Cuban Missile Crisis. And you're like, President Kennedy, I've come from the future. And, is that so? I can't do that. I can't do the Boston. You've come from the future? You've come from the future? I can't do the Boston accent. Ask not what you can do for your country. I can't do the Boston accent. Okay. President Kennedy. The Democratic Party, I want to tell you what it's going to look like. Go on. I've come from the future, and you have to listen to this. Go on. Okay, so in 2016, Democrats are going to lose because the FBI is going to investigate the husband, a computer belonging to the husband of a top official linked to the Democratic candidate because he had pictures of his Anthony Weiner. What? What are you talking? His what? His Anthony Weiner. That's why they lost the election in 2016. Go on. Does it get worse? Yes. Yes, it does. In 2020, a former vice president's son was addicted to crack. And he too had pictures of his Anthony Weiner there. It's a tradition among Democratic males. But there were emails that he was selling the vice presidency off to the highest bidder. I've had enough. So, could you imagine telling JFK what the Democratic Party is like after the Cuban Missile Crisis? The Space Force Channel, thank you. James Derby, great question. If Biden drops out, what happens to the mail-in ballots? They still go to Clinton. They still go to Clinton because the electors, the Electoral College, will The electors in the Electoral College vote based on the political party, not based on the person. Politico talked about this. James Derby, great. So that's why I'm still talking about this. The electors, I mean, it nothing changes. They'll vote. Thank you, Punky Custer. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Punky Custer. Thank you. Thank you. James Derby, it's the same. It's the same. It would be the same as if Biden stayed in terms of voting. So Clinton is just waiting. And, I'll be disappointed in Madam Secretary and all everyone advising her will be completely inept, but whatever. I know that. I know they're not going to. Caligula, Nero, Attila the Hun, Madam Secretary, Napoleon. Some people are just wired differently. You're not. I don't believe for 1 second that she would either want to work for Botox, be the exhumed body. I don't believe anything. This can't happen. Punky Custer, thank you again. This can't happen because President Trump's going 8 years. We're going to party, but do they want us to party? KSNF, KSNF, KSNF. How did the old Bernie supporters square the fact that they now want to vote for a party which has stolen the nomination from him twice? Exactly. And it takes somebody from another country, from the UK, from any other country to look into. We're in this this American fishbowl where we have barracuda and piranha, known as Democrats, twice from different corruption. Exactly, honorable thing surely would be to abstain. Exactly. Well, I think KSNF. I think that there will be more people abstaining. There was a poll that said that 20% wouldn't vote for Biden of the Bernie crowd. I think it could be 25%. I don't know. It'd probably be 12 or 13%. At the end of the day, they want to be accepted. KSNF. They would rather be accepted by their peers than pull an H.A. Goodman. They would rather be... The left is peer pressure. Everyone's doing it, man. I learned it from you, Dad. If you know that reference, you were from the 80s. But the left, in the United States, the left is only about peer pressure and fitting in and social credit scores. Cyber social credit scores. KSNF. If you can get retweeted espousing venom towards Trump, then your social credit score increases. You are accepted. But see, also, the funny thing is, when I was on the left, I was like, yeah, I don't mind that these fanatical people don't like me because I can't stand them. So, it's like KSNF. The left wants to abolish the Electoral College. They want to, by the way, abolish the Senate. Okay? That would be, the Senate is like the House of Lords. Okay? In the UK, it would be like the House of Lords. If in the UK somebody said we need to abolish the House of Lords. Let's say Ringo Starr, we need to abolish the House of Lords. Peace and love. We need to abolish it. Bye-bye, House of Lords. Bye-bye. They would laugh and they would say, even the left, the furthest leftist in the UK would say, that would never happen. In this country, like, yeah, that's a good idea. What is a good idea? Abolish the Electoral College. You know you need a constitutional amendment, genius. We're going to do that. We're going to pack the carts, too. They're already packing the carts. No, they're not. We won the election, so you lost the election. You would never have done that if the tables were turned. We're going to pack the carts. Green New Deal, Medicare for all, defund police, abolish ICE. None of these things are going to take place. And the left is still like, well, at least I'm not a Trumper. They don't want to, they would rather get cheated over and over again. KSNF. Samuel Stafford! Samuel. KSNF, thank you again, as always. To my UK viewers, thank you. Samuel Stafford, how are you? Thank you so very, very much. Samuel, thank you so very, very much. Greatly, 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 greatly appreciated. Greatly, thank you. Samuel, thank you. God bless HA. God bless you, Samuel Stafford. Trump, November 3rd. Trump, November 3rd. Exactly. Samuel Stafford, it's going to be amazing. It is going to be absolutely amazing. Samuel Stafford, thank you again. I think that we haven't even seen, every day from here on out, Samuel, KSNF, James, the Space Force Channel, Yahtzee, Bearded Mike, everyone here, Rich Westlake, Mitchell, Prawn D, the Yahtzee, Orange Grove 55, Justin, Dak Attack 88, Hi-Fi Trucker, Samuel, I think that we have not even seen, we have not seen the, not only have we not seen the full extent of what's going to take place, but in terms of the story of pay-to-play selling the office of the vice presidency to the highest bidder, there is no corruption linked to Trump or his children or the Vice President Pence or his children that even compares to this. So Samuel and everyone here, first of all, Samuel, again, thank you so very much, Samuel. Very, very, very kind of you. Thank you. When they say, oh, it's just, they're both so bad. I cannot stand this. I can't stand that. I can't stand when they say, oh, they're both so bad. It's like, no. Samuel, KSNF, James, everybody here, Space Force Channel, the Yahtzee, they're not both so bad. They're not both so bad. One side is absolutely a million times worse. A million times worse. And to say that everything is relative would be to say that, a tricycle and a Lamborghini, they're both modes of transportation, so it's all relative. It's all relative. My 1978 Ford truck is just like a Bentley. I mean, they both have engines, don't they? It's like, no, it's not the same. Stop saying it's the same. It's not the same. It's absolutely not the same. It's absolutely not the same. There's no way to mitigate or to sweep under the rug the extent of all of this. There's no way. There's no way to do that. There's simply no way to mitigate what's about to take place. Samuel Stafford, thank you. November 3rd is going to be fantastic because 70% of Americans vote on Election Day. 30% to 35%. So 65% on Election Day, 35% now by mail. The mail-in ballots are being thrown out all the time now. In California, they're trying to disinfect ballots because, we're very smart here. The Democrats here are very, very cautious. And, of course, they're destroying their ballots. And you had, hundreds of thousands thrown out in Pennsylvania already. The Democrats are not going to leave, not going to wait in line for 7 hours or 5 hours or 4 hours like Trump supporters are. And furthermore, if you're a Trump supporter and you're voting for President Trump, go early. Go early. President Trump evokes positive emotions more so than negative emotions. Democrats evoke negative emotions more so than positive emotions. This seems counterintuitive or false to Democrats or to media or to anyone who doesn't like Trump, but it's the truth. When you hear Trump speak, you laugh. When you don't even hear Biden speak, he's just mumbling. And it's not about a stutter. They're lying about that too. It's about a person who is losing his marbles or pretending to. I don't say that, no one says, well, this $10 Casio watch is a Rolex. Okay. Nobody on their wedding, and their wedding vows says, there's other fish in the sea, but I picked you. Why? You're probably better than others. If you're worse, there's probably worse than you. Let's get married. Let's seal the vows. Nobody goes to their significant other and says, honey, I want to spend the rest of my life with you because you're not as horrible as other women I've seen in my life. You're actually, I can actually stand being in your presence a lot longer than I could other people. Everything's just morally relative. It's just the same. That's the way Democrats think. Everything is, when it's Trump, oh my God, we've never seen this. When it's them, it's all the same. Samuel Stafford, thank you again. Thank you. Rich Westlake, Trump is the boss. Reporter asks Trump about laptop, and he tells reporter, you're all criminals for never wearing laptop. Priceless. On the wrist, tarmac. Oh, wow. Wow. It's so great. I love the way Trump, because they're like, oh my God, he wouldn't let Biden speak. It's like, so what? So get into a shouting match. Like Trump, he doesn't care. And then they're like, we're going to be tough on Putin. We're tough. You can't even handle Trump yelling at you. You wilt like a, wilted flower. And it's so hilarious. That's right. Trump calls the laptop from hell. Daily Beast, this is like FBI examining Hunter's laptop as foreign op. How is it a foreign op if the emails are accurate? Contradicts Trump's intel czar. No, didn't contradict Trump's intel czar. You have the FBI. You have different factions or divisions in the FBI doing their own thing. And we know the FBI was in the tank for Democrats. They held on to the laptop. I mean, the skit starting this is a possibility, but they held on to the laptop since December. And you have Comey and Strzok and McCabe and all of them like writing books, and they're getting GoFundMes from Democrats, and they're lionized and championed by Democrats. So it's like no one believes them anymore. Nobody believes the left anymore. Nobody believes the left. The emails are accurate. Are they accurate or not accurate? That's why we haven't lost at least some the modicum of logic or common sense. We haven't lost the remaining semblance of common sense. We still have as a country this tenuous grasp on basic logic. Are the emails legitimate and real and genuine? Did the vice president's son write those emails? Yes or no? I don't care if Putin was the repair person. I don't care if it was Putin's shop and Putin and the vice president's son dropped it off at Putin's shop. I don't care if the Rich and Samuel and I don't care if the laptop repair shop was named Vladimir Putin's Intel Agency FSB, repair shop for laptops of Vice President's son to utilize as opposition research to help President Trump store. We found the name of the store. CNN. The name of the laptop repair facility, if you could believe this, was Vladimir Putin's intelligence operative laptop repair store for vice president's sons who are selling access to their father's store on the corner of Wilmington and First store. What? That's fine. Are the emails accurate? Did you not hear what the name of the store was? Are the emails accurate? Yes or no? Answer the question. Bearded Mike G. Tulsi Gabbard and Matt Gaetz introduced bipartisan resolution calling for charges against Edward Snowden to be dropped. Absolutely, and they should also for Julian Assange. Wow. Bearded Mike G. Thank you. Wow. Fantastic. E-Man, hello. Fantastic. Absolutely. I'm reading this. I'm reading something funny. Oh my God, that is good. Bearded Mike G, that is good. I mean, there needs to be a do not on November 3rd. I am telling myself I will not, and I'm telling you, I will not contact. I will not respond to any text messages from former friends who became former friends because of their maniacal, apoplectic, irrational view of politics. It had nothing to do with me. It's just because they couldn't stand Trump so much. I literally did nothing to them, and they're like, and But don't, if there's any neighbor, coworker, that doesn't matter. I mean, they're liable to put something in your food. I mean, waitress, waiter, don't talk politics. They're liable to put something in your food. Democrats. Don't, someone text me, did you see? Just want to let you know something. I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive you for voting for Trump. Our country is over. Over. We're done. We're done as a country. Just give it up. Just give it up. Tear up the Constitution already. The Constitution's over. Do not respond. Do not respond. Do not respond. Don't text back. Don't. The salt must flow. Petro, I agree with you. But don't respond because you don't know what they're capable of. It sounds hyperbolic, sounds like I'm paranoid, but you don't know what they're capable of because they don't see it. I don't think they realize they're going to lose. I don't think they realize what 8 years of President Trump will mean for them. It'll be fantastic for the country. He's the best president of my lifetime. I can go president by president and tell you exactly why he's better, especially with Bush and President Obama. You can go. But you say, well, Bill Clinton, he had a good economy. Trump had a better economy before the country shut down to save lives, to make people's lives better. No, don't respond. Don't respond. Don't respond. Don't do it. Salt must flow. The salt will flow. But, you're not, Cloud City, thank you. Thank you, Cloud City. Thank you for watching for so long. Thank you. Thank you, Cloud City. Thank you. Don't respond because you don't know what they're capable of. Don't you understand? I'm trying to tell everyone this. I'm trying to save everybody. Don't respond to the TDS people. The derangement syndrome people with Trump. It's going to be tempting. It's going to be, do you want pumpkin cake, pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving? Sure, why not? I just was wondering because, a pumpkin is orange like Trump, who won 8 years. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for Thanksgiving. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to destroy Thanksgiving for what? You already won. You already won. Mark Skog! I'm in Minneapolis, and I know they will do. Have been doing all too well. Not paranoid at all. Facts. Exactly. Well, God bless you. Be safe, Mark Skog. Be safe. Be safe. I know that, Minnesota can go Trump. Marina, yeah, I know. I know that also. BBC is also, the interesting thing is that, like The Guardian, BBC, it's funny because they haven't gotten the exact marching orders from CNN. So inadvertently, they're more accurate, which makes them a detriment to CNN. But they're still far left. But inadvertently, they're more accurate, which is kind of funny because it actually helps Trump. PJP72. Face the liberals like holy Facts to liberals like holy water. Vampire. Exactly. Mark Scott, God bless you. Be safe. Samuel Stafford. God bless you. God bless H.A. Trump. God bless you, Samuel. Thank you as always. Don't do it at Thanksgiving. Don't do it. At Thanksgiving, don't say, gee, you know who the sweet potatoes remind me of? You want to know who the sweet potatoes? No, who? You want to know who the sweet potatoes remind me of? Margie and Bill. Do you want to know Marge and Bill? No, who? Do you want to know who the sweet potatoes remind me of? What color are the sweet potatoes? What color is the pumpkin pie? What color? What are you talking about? This is Thanksgiving. What are you trying to say? What color are the sweet potatoes? What are you talking about? I mean, did you invite us here for this? What kind of weird thing? Orange. Do you want to know who else is orange? What's going on with you? Trump, who won 8 years? Yeah, 2 terms. Enjoy. Sweet potatoes, pumpkins. It's Thanksgiving. What's the problem? I'm leaving. They will take the entire table with the turkey and just throw it on you. They will turn the table over. It will be WWF. It will be Jerry Springer Thanksgiving. Do you understand? You will have to call you'll have to call the cops. They're gonna tear down your drapes. It will be you will never speak to them again. It's gonna be the worst Thanksgiving you ever had in your life. Don't do it. Don't do that. There's no need to do this. There's no need to do that. You don't have to do that. You just under wraps. In fact, I go way overboard now. Someone brings up Trump to me because I'm in the belly of the beast, Los Angeles. So someone brings up Trump. Yep. Until I'm it's kind of like a secret code. I'm like, so, what do you think of the debate? And I find little clues as to whether, I gotta say, his personality, some policies are good. And I'm like, you could be a Trump supporter. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You don't want your food tampered with. You don't want, just don't bring it up. Don't gloat. Whatever you do, don't gloat. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Paul Bartlett, thank you so very, very much. Exactly. It would be a Three Stooges thing. Paul Bartlett, thank you so very much. Facts to liberals like holy water to That's great. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a second laptop. And a CNN contributor was now kicked out, was now suspended for sharing a photo of his Anthony Weiner. Again, the last thing, when did this become popular? I don't know who made this popular. I don't think it's, I wouldn't even think it would be romantic or appealing or what's the point? What's the point in that? I don't get that. I'm from the 90s, so we didn't have that. Anyway, give me your thoughts below, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Bearded Mike G, everyone, thank you so very, very much. Samuel Stafford, thank you so much for your support always. Thank you. Everyone, be here, 9 p.m. Pacific. Be here, 9 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have a very special live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Pacific. Thanks, everybody. God bless. To my super chat, thank you. Be here, 9 p.m. Pacific. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. And if you want to be part of a newsletter, it's contactgoodman78@gmail.com. Thank you. Be here 9 p.m., everybody. Pacific.